All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. Great eye in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics never the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Network. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Freddie Henderson of the All Sports All Plays. This is the ASAP Real Talk. I'm joined with the one and only Chris Brown. What's up with it, Chris?
What's up? I'm ready to talk sports, man. It's a lot that's been going on that, this weekend that we need to talk about.
All right. Then at the bottom of Chris, we got a boy, Jay Ness. What's up with it, Jay?
Man, just like Chris said, man, there's a lot that's been going on. Ready to talk some sports. It should be a good show, so let's get this going.
All right, well, we got Mr. Kenny coming back on the show. He's joined the Real Talk crew, but he messaged me earlier, ladies and gentlemen, said he's coming for my head. But Mr. Kenny, I want to let you know, Chris Brown tried, but he failed. You will fail too.
Wait, hold on, Freddie. What's your record in the debates? What's your record on debates? Answer the question though. What's your record on debates?
Yeah, it's not like
hold on. Okay, Jay, you answer. What's his record on debates, Jay?
Hey, I just know he got donuts.
And who's the two people he lost to?
I mean, we don't have to have this discussion, but since me and you was having the discussion,
I mean, do we really have to sit up and embarrass him how we beat him in debates and that every time on Real Talk I always get the edge? I mean, this is just what the viewers say in the comments. Now, not shout out to Miss Sheila, not what she has to say, but everybody else. This is what they have to say. That I do this to you every day on Real Talk. So I'm gonna sit back, watch my man Kenny go to work. So I got a feeling I know what he's gonna say, and I'm probably gonna say the same thing. I know what it. Listen. Stay tuned for my NBA hot take. You're gonna like my NBA hot take now. You're gonna like my hot take for sure.
Oh man. Hey Chris, I don't know what you did. You got my mom on here reacting on this show, like giving a little laugh emoji. Like
she know you, like your mom is really she's really your only fan on here. Like, she's your only fan on that. When we get live and we go back and forth, not only do the people on the ASAP network say I win, but the viewers always tend to agree with the guy that's really giving Real Talk. So I'm not. This is what the viewers say.
I'll tell you this, viewers, listen. I'm gonna show you guys a way. Tell you guys, Chris, tell the viewers what they can do to win a free T-shirt.
Listen, to win a free T-shirt, what I want you to do is like the video, comment the video, like the page, share the page. Here on the ASAP Network, we give away viewer of the month. That viewer of the month gets their very own ASAP Network T-shirt. Sheila, I see you commenting. Listen, if you keep supporting Freddie, he's probably going to make sure you get a free shirt because he's his only fan. But yeah, just, keep supporting us. At the end of the month, we're going to tally everything up. And then, the person that does it the most, liking the page, sharing the page, on the live videos, liking the video, commenting, will be crowned the viewer of the month. And that viewer of the month will get their very own ASAP Network T-shirt.
Well, gentlemen, I think that was a great way to start the show. Let's get right into it. Let's dive right into the show while the energy's there. The first topic is, can Adrian Bronner make a return back onto the top? We'll start with Chris Brown on this one.
Got to see AB fight this weekend. Not going to say his phrase, but if you know it, you know it, and you got to enjoy it. He got a victory over Santiago this weekend. Decision. I say this about AB. He's a wild guy. He's flamboyant. I think if he, sticks to his craft, doesn't try to do the extra things outside of the sport of boxing. If he sticks with it, what got him there, really starts grinding, I think he can make his way back up to the top. And you look at all the young guns right now in the division, if he's able to get up there and fight them, these is primetime fights. These is big fights. But he has to put in the work to get there. And so great win this weekend but you have to build on that. I don't think he's going to get a primetime fight. Maybe not his next fight, but a fight after that. I think that's when we're going to start to hear AB name, up with the top guys again. But he's going to have to fight these top guys. And I'm waiting to see it. Can he win? Is he going to lose? I'm not going to say that now. To me, it depends on who he fights. But AB in his prime, his heyday, he's a very good boxer. And I think he can get right back up to there. If he continues with the grind. But he has to stay with the grind. He can't, do all the extra things. If he doesn't, stick with the sport of boxing, he's going to lose himself.
All right, Jay, what's your thoughts on it, my friend?
Oh man, I liked him, man. When he was fighting Paul Melginelli and all going into the Marcos Medina fight, or Madonna fight, when he lost, it's everything else. It's everything else with him, and I think that this last time was too much, and he's, I don't think he has that mentality to just shut up and grind. I mean, look, his first chance back in the limelight, and look at his response. So I just don't think he has it. And to be quite honest, I mean, look at when he has lost. It's Manny Pacquiao, it's Jesse Vargas, it's Mikey Garcia, is Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? So again, these are class acts, and that's where he falls short. So, and those are personality traits that we see in him. He's not a class act, and he loses to those type of guys. So, does he have the talent to? Yeah. Will he? No.
Gentlemen, I know Chris will be ready for this, but I don't know if the viewers are just yet that ready for just me and Chris head to head. I don't know if they're ready for that just yet.
Are you ready? Is the real question.
Oh, I'm already ready. You already know me.
I wouldn't know.
You don't. You just act like
I wouldn't know.
Kenny, what's your thoughts on it, my friend?
I just think that Adrian Broner's time to be an elite fighter has passed. He just didn't have the discipline. Like, I really had high hopes for AB, man. Yeah, man. I thought he was, he was going to take the torch from Floyd Mayweather and run with it, but he just didn't have the discipline. And he's in his 30s now, so you are who you are. So the only way I could see him, I think he's just going right now. Honestly, I just think he's fighting for paydays.
Yeah,
we know he's had his financial troubles.
He said he had $52 going into the fight, and he ain't playing.
No. If you see if you saw the footage of him in court, like it's really sad and embarrassing to see that he's kind of slipped to this point. So I just think he's going to be one of those guys that's going to be the test, or for the guys up and coming. Like he'll still get some paydays because he's I think he's 31.
Yeah, 31.
So, yeah, he still has time to get some paydays, but I just think the only way he could ever get back to that level is if he has the discipline to stay at 140, because that's where his power is at its best, is at 140. But he just hasn't had the discipline to be able to make that weight. So if he can do that, then I think he maybe could make some noise, or punch his chance, just catch somebody slipping, that type of deal. But I just think his time as an elite fighter is past.
All right, gentlemen, we got the boxing out the way. Let's head to the ASAP Real Talk's famous way, how we start each show. We start off with a hot take. We're going to do the NFL hot take. I'm going to give mine first. There was a rumor came out this past week that the Carolina Panthers are preparing a trade for Deshaun Watson. They're talking about giving them Christian McCaffrey and some draft picks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I do not believe they will get a Deshaun Watson. I believe this upcoming season, Russell Wilson is going to demand a trade because he's going to see how the Seattle Seahawks have yet to get this man an offensive line. The Carolina Panthers is going to offer them Christian McCaffrey and some draft picks, in which we know Pete Carroll likes a running game, an elite running game, and a good defense. And if you get Christian McCaffrey, some draft picks, and maybe a few of the players, I believe Russell Wilson will be on the Panthers by next year. So, Kenny, give us a hot take for the NFL.
Okay.
Oh
Like that.
man, I don't know if I could top that. That's pretty good. Oh man, let me think. Hot take, hot take. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with what you did and kind of flip it. Is that Aaron Rodgers has played his last game as a Green Bay Packer,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I know that hurts your heart. So
No, it actually does. It actually does. I need him up out of there. I want him to go to the Big Apple. The Big Apple.
The
go
crazy
to
thing
your
is,
other team.
see, look,
Your
so
other
his
team.
other team, right?
Right?
Because
Yeah.
because he
Win-win.
said he's a
Yeah,
fan of Aaron
that's what you
Rodgers,
did
and then
there.
a Green Bay fan. So if Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers leave, are you not a Green Bay fan no more?
Yeah, he goes to the
I'm leaving
Giants
him,
with
I'm leaving
Saquon,
him
and you start
alone.
rooting for them.
I'm leaving him alone. Jay, give us a hot take.
Now I'm sitting on here sipping my tea. I can't believe you just said that.
Craziness right there.
Man, my hot take is actually in Green Bay. But it ain't that Aaron Rodgers played his last game. It's that Green Bay is going to go ahead and reach out and grab Will Fuller.
Good move.
I like that.
Good move.
Now,
If he
with
can stay
the Will
healthy.
Fuller edition, now you got Devontae Adams and Will Fuller. Will Fuller got speed. He got sure hands. And that changes the whole dynamic of that squad. They go on and win the NFC, North again. And now, I still don't think they make it into the Super Bowl or nothing, but they do go ahead and win the NFC North. Aaron Rodgers is satisfied for maybe 2 more years, and we'll see what happens from there. But my hot take is Will Fuller to the Green Bay Packers.
Okay, I like music in my ears when you say stuff like that, Jay. You're a smart man. Chris Ryan, give us a hot take.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, my hot take is that sorry to tell you, Steelers fans, but y'all not making the playoffs next year.
Oh wow.
Y'all not. Listen, I'm looking right at y'all. Y'all not making the playoffs this year. You don't know what's going on with Big Ben, and I'll be honest, not that good of a quarterback anymore. Juju might walk. You don't have a lot of weapons. You're losing Juju. Not saying he's elite wide receiver, but he's better than most. Your defense, it's good. But they get exposed. Injuries happen. And I look at the offense. You have no running game. You losing Pouncey. You're going to have to help that O-line. And again, what are you doing with Big Ben? If they don't bring in, to me, you either draft a quarterback or you bring in somebody. I like me personally. I'm all right. Haskins need to, work some things mentally, but I'm not going to give up on player just yet. But you got to bring in somebody better than Haskins if you want to win now. That's just the truth. So Steelers fans, I'm looking at y'all division. I'll be honest. If the Bengals make the right moves this offseason, y'all going to be fourth in division next year. It is what it is. Y'all going to be fourth.
Hey, Chris, and I'll piggyback off what you said. I hear a lot of Steelers fans out there say, we need to get J.J. Watt. It do cost to get him, and you have players that can walk. You have Big Ben's contract. How can you afford a J.J. Watt? J.J. Watt should not be nowhere near your list to go out there and give him, in my opinion.
I'll say this. J.J. Watt going to take a pay cut to sign with the right team.
I agree.
And if he going to take a pay cut to sign with the right team. And I'm not saying that's what they need, but that wouldn't hurt to have a for sure dominant. They still need help on offensive, and I don't think, to me, that's not a top 3 team, even top 5 team outside of his brother being there that I would go to. But I mean, he's taking a pay cut to go to the right. He's not asking for the bank. Like a guy like Shaquille Barrett, he's going to ask for the bank. I see you saying Juju's not that good. He's, like I said, he's better than most. Not saying he's great, but he's a good, solid wide receiver. So
he's a 1A. I don't know if he's a 1. He's like a
1. He's definitely not a 1.
Yeah.
But I mean, like he's
I don't know, man. Juju's really good. I just think
he's not a 1. He's not a 1.
But remember, look at that squad. You just said how not good Ben Roethlisberger was anymore. They don't have really any other receivers. James Conner was hurt all year. This offensive line,
right. But Claypool, the rookie, was better. Like Antonio Brown made life real easy for Juju. Let's say what it is. Antonio Brown made life more easy for Juju. Juju's not a number 1. When you think of number 1s, all your number 1s are clear-cut top 10, top 15. Juju's not a top 15 wide receiver in the game.
I disagree with that, man. I he's not a top 10 wide receiver in the game.
Not top 15.
But there's 32 teams. So they're not going to be – he don't have to be top 10 to be the number 1 over there. And secondly, I really think it was this year what we saw for Juju and Claypool was everybody being able to lean towards Juju because there were so many soft spots on that offense already. Claypool was just victorious in the situation. And if Pittsburgh is moving forward comfortable with just Claypool, they got real issues.
We got to see if Claypool can do it again.
Exactly.
That's true.
Stamp him. You know, you got a lot of 1-year wonders, so he's got to prove that he could do this on a consistent basis.
And then we got to remember,
Claypool does have a higher ceiling than me. I'm not saying Juju is bad, but when I'm looking at a team that's trying to win a Super Bowl, unless you got a whole bunch of great wide receivers, like you look at Devontae Adams, what he's doing right now at Green Bay, he is a dominant number one. All those other guys aren't true number twos, but he's so good as a number one, he balances out. I don't think Juju. Now, if you like a team that has a lot of weapons, maybe okay, he can be a number one, but he's not unless you're a dominant number one. To me, you're not a true number one.
Put him in somewhere like the Giants, where they got a play action game with Saquon in there. He's gonna create separation.
Well,
it's
I think you talked about it with Ben. I think you talked about it with Ben in terms of his falling off on the second half of the season. Mm-hmm. I think that impacted Juju as well.
I agree on that.
Yeah.
And then James Conner being out, that run game.
Right. They don't have a run game.
Conner not really that good of a running back anyway, though.
I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say for me, I'll say this. There's only certain teams that can get away with having one dominant running back. But in my opinion, having a 2 running back system is the way to go. Unless even the teams that have dominant running backs, they got a good backup they can rely on. To me, like
you need that change of pace guy.
You need that change of pace guy. Yep. So I mean, you can say he's not that good, but I mean, they barely established a run, and then when they did, it wasn't always at the best times. You need more than one running back to be successful. That just it is what it is.
All right, Jim, let's move.
But they're still not making the playoffs. Fourth seed in the division. You heard it here first.
Let's move to the topic. I've been waiting for this topic because unfortunately, last Thursday I was not able to be on the show because what's going on here in Texas with all the weather and stuff. I've been waiting to meet up with Mr. Christopher Brown, and I'm glad this topic was on part of today's show, and I'm glad I'm back to be on the show because his guy, Carson Wentz, is gone bye-bye. Bye-bye from the brotherly love he no longer in. Fly, Eagles, fly. He's gone to Indianapolis with the Colts. He's gone there to bigger and better things. The Colts traded hopes. The bigger and better things. The Colts traded a 3rd-round pick and a 2nd-round pick for Carson Wentz. Mm-hmm. So, you know what? I wasn't going to go with you first, but I'm going to go with you number one. Mm-hmm. So, with that trade, does Carson Wentz make the Colts better? Like, get them over the hump?
I'll say he definitely makes them better. Looking at Carson Wentz in his whole entire career, and his best season, everybody likes to, hold on to, it was with Frank Wright. When I look at the Colts last year, they were a top 10 offense. They were a top 10 running game, with Marlon Mack being injured. Jonathan Taylor was able to step up. They have a top 10 offensive line. They have good weapons. I mean, at worst, Carson Wentz is going to have the same regular season production as Phillip Rivers, and they were a top 10 passing offense. At worst. In the playoffs, it's shown that Phillip Rivers isn't elite no more. He wasn't able to make the certain throws to take them over the hump. For me, when I look at the Colts, I think a 3rd-round pick and a potential 1st-round pick next year. Who cares? But they got away with giving away a bag of chips for their franchise QB. That's all it is. They gave up a bag of chips for their franchise QB. He definitely makes them better. And say he doesn't work out, the Colts didn't lose anything. A 3rd round and a potential 1st-round pick, and to take a shot to get your franchise QB. Like in this NFL, you need a guy you believe in to take you over the hump. The head coaches came out and talked about the relationships he has with Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz has talked about the relationships he had with Frank Wright. You gave up a 3rd-round pick and a potential 1st. They won this trade. The Colts are going to get better, and I made my prediction. I think the Colts can make it up to at least the AFC Championship. They should have last year, but quarterback play held them back. They definitely got better as long as they add in the draft, add a free agency. This team is going to be, like I've been saying for years, a sleeper team. Because I truly believe if Andrew Luck didn't retire, they would have went to the Super Bowl by now. That's facts. He retired when they finally got an offensive line. This team, all they need is a good quarterback that can play in the system. Carson Wentz is under 30 years old. He has future ahead of him. The Colts won this trade. It's not close. And he's going to dominate in Indy. I said it from the jump.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not be surprised if Mr. Christopher Brown changes teams.
Listen. Everybody on social media saw me say, "Yo, Andy Reid, how's life?" I'm never going to change on my Eagles. I saw them at their worst. I saw them trying to bring in the dream team. I talk. Who's not going to get? Let me ask you this: who's not going to get mad when your franchise QB is traded away?
Chris,
I ain't going to change.
Chris, I'm just waiting because guys,
Freddie, I'm not. You can pull it all up. I'm not like you. No. You switched in the middle of the year. You went from saying I'm a fan of Aaron Rodgers to I'm a full Green Bay fan.
Calm down.
I'm never going to do that.
Calm down. What I've noticed right when this trade went down, the first place I went to, I didn't go to ESPN.
Let me tell you what I said. I said, yo, Andy Reid, how's life?
How's life?
I was asking. I miss my old head coach because at least when he was here, we was going to hosting 3 straight NFC championships. I asked him how life was because I'll be honest, life in Philly isn't good right now. I got a GM that doesn't know what he's doing. That for some reason still hasn't dropped. I should be used to it. But he doesn't know how to draft. He loses trades. He doesn't know how to sign people to the right contracts. Like life in Philadelphia for football, it's we question the life right now. Basketball, we cool. Football, we don't know what's going on right now.
Really?
I didn't go to ESPN. I didn't go to Fox Sports. I went to Chris Brown's Facebook page to see what he was going to say, and I was waiting for it because this dude thought about Carson Wentz all year long on this show, and I said I'm waiting. Man, the Colts won this trade, and it's not even by a little bit. It's by a far bit because you're talking about you getting a quarterback who's still young, who had an MVP season a few years ago.
He had a lot of good seasons.
But he was a contender. He didn't win them.
So you talking about
get carried away.
So you talking about you need an upgraded quarterback from a Phillip Rivers who could not run, who was not mobile at all. But now you replace him with the young Carson Wentz, who is a little bit more, who is more mobility, more mobile, and who can pass the ball, and who I believe when him and that coaching staff can bring him back to somewhat of that MVP caliber season type quarterback. Man, Eagles fans, y'all need to go ahead and put your white and blue on.
Nobody's going to do that. But my thing is, I don't know why people keep talking about the MVP season. I don't even bring that up because it's not like he had that season and fell off. Like that's my thing. He could have won it. He didn't win MVP. So when people talk about Carson, I don't even bring that season up. I talk about 2019 where he had practice squad wide receivers and put up better stats than everybody's top 10 quarterbacks in the game. I don't talk about that
because it was garbage stats. But those were all garbage yards.
That's 2019 was garbage yards. How was that garbage yards?
He didn't. 2019.
He do. 4,000 yards, 27.
What did they do?
They went to the playoffs.
They went to the playoffs, but you guys didn't do anything with it.
Who they lose to?
Dead team.
We lost
the division was already doing this.
Okay. Don't remember.
It was
all right. Let me tell you what happened. We just real quick. 2019. I'm at Lincoln University. I got a friend on there on the football team. We on the football team together. He's a Cowboys fan. Beginning of the year, he told me we going. You know how Cowboys fans are. So we going 12.
Oh, here we go.
I'm not clowning y'all, but I'm saying.
Oh no, I'm gonna get you. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you.
Y'all started off 3-0. Let me know if I'm wrong. Y'all started off 3-0. He came in the dorm room saying, "Yo, we going undefeated. Yo, y'all nobody touching us in this division. We dominating." Then they go 3-7 in their next 10 games. The energy is still there. The point being is that it don't matter how bad y'all think the division is. The Cowboys were supposed to roll everybody like 2 years ago. Am I wrong on that though?
You're absolutely right.
I was supposed to roll everybody.
All I was saying was it was a 9-7 finish.
I'm gonna be honest. I woke up to violence, so I mean, like, don't tell me nothing about Kyler Murray if he hasn't took his team to the playoffs. That's how I'm feeling now. I'm waking up to all violence. Don't tell me the good. Don't tell me any good season, any good stats.
So my next thing on that note,
Jay, I was trying to warn you, bro. You talking about a sensitive cow? Are you just playing right now? They're sad right now, my dude.
Yeah, he's in his feelings a little bit.
I'm choosing violence today to everybody, and y'all know it's all love. But when my GM trades away a franchise, why did they sign him?
But wait, hold on. Let's deal with this whole franchise thing.
Did they not sign him to a franchise quarterback contract?
Yeah,
though?
but did he play like a franchise quarterback?
But that don't matter if you sign him to the contract.
You can't say he did not play. You can't say he did not play like it because he had that 2017.
It's not even that season. The year before we drafted Jalen Hurts.
When's the last time he finished the season healthy or not
this year and last year?
No.
He played 16 straight in 19.
I agree
with you, Kenny, on the fact that maybe he doesn't. Okay, this is what I'm going to say. If you sign somebody to that type of money, I'm going to say that's your franchise guy. Did they sign him to franchise quarterback money? Can we all agree?
Absolutely.
So what I'm saying is, if you're going to come on the press conference and say this is your guy for the future, this is your franchise guy, I'm not going to not say what they said about the quarterback.
The
ownership
main
said
thing
this
was
is the franchise guy. You traded away your franchise guy for a bag of chips. That's just the reality.
And they paid most of his contract
because his value had went down. Your team actually devalued him by benching him. You devalued him. So you got nobody to blame but yourself. You got nobody to blame but yourself.
You saying everything I already know. To me, it started April 23rd when we drafted Jalen Hurts. It started when you benched him because say your quarterback has a bad season.
It wasn't when you drafted Jalen.
Yes, it is. Let me tell you why. Say a quarterback has a bad season.
That puts somebody, that puts some pressure on him.
Listen. If you draft a quarterback in the second round, if your starting quarterback plays bad, all the talk is going to be not only media but in the organization.
Well, he could have shut that up by playing well. And
you're right. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. But once he got benched, the rating was on the ball.
This started with Nick Foles. I agree. This started with Nick Foles.
Thank you.
Nick Foles started all this. Okay, he got in his championship. He won the Super Bowl. He was forced. He forced them to sign that contract.
You right?
Because he needed. It was like a battered girlfriend at that point, and they had just seen their ex they hadn't seen in so long, felt insecure, thinking you about to leave out. Now he needed some security so he could play well again. So then they gave him that
following year. The following year,
then they gave him that contract. So then you know what I'm saying. You propose. Now that pressure comes on. So now he went from, do they really want me? Do the fans really want me? Oh, now I got this big contract I have to perform. Then you mess around. He ain't got no players. He gets hurt. Then the Nick Foles.
You're skipping a lot of stuff right now. I'll be honest. You're skipping a lot of stuff in the details.
But those are the main gifs. It was too many emotional swings for Carson Wentz. And
that's not his fault. That's the franchise fault. Your franchise is supposed to take care of your quarterback. They didn't take care of him. We didn't deserve Carson Wentz, just like we don't deserve Jalen Hurts.
We know it's the franchise's fault because you guys picked up portions of his contract and let him go for a third-round pick. We know it's the franchise fault.
It's more than that. That's the thing.
You ain't got to tell me that.
Really doesn't like having good things. So.
No, at all. Here's the messed up part. Indianapolis can still laugh at all of this. Indianapolis can still laugh at all this because they still got Cody Brissett. And they can still trade him and replace that third round pick.
Here's the crazy thing is he goes right back into the same situation that he was in Philly. Because as soon as he starts struggling, but that's the point. As soon as he starts struggling, you start hearing the calls for Jacoby Brissett.
You're right about that, but I don't think the situation is worse because you're with a better coach that knows how to call a game.
I didn't say it was the worst.
No, it's a worse situation because the competition is better. I tell you right now. If Jacoby comes in, he ain't going to the bench.
Listen, gentlemen. You mentioned Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is a good quarterback during the season. But we can't say that about postseason. Why? Because he can't stay healthy. He's always on the sideline in the medical field or he's in the hospital because he cannot stay healthy. He's very fragile. Okay? That's what he is. He's a fragile quarterback at this point. That's what
he got. So where's the fragile quarterback that got hit more than any quarterback this year and sacked 50 times in 12 games? Where's the fragile quarterback? Let's talk. No. You brought it up. Let's talk about this.
Where's the what?
You can blame a line all day long, but there was plays where Carson Wentz is standing in the line that was afraid to run, who held on to the ball too long, and so guess what? A lot of those hits was his fault.
Okay, but regardless, he got back up all year. Let's really talk about these injuries. The first time against the Rams, I don't know about you, Freddie, but I played football. I know you didn't play no football. Let's cats out the bag, but I really played football. So because I can look at you and tell you ain't played no football, Freddie.
You looking at the face. You ain't looking at the whole body.
Freddie,
he got old linemen like look all. He got the old linemen look all over.
Ain't no 5'5" old lineman. Ain't no 5'5"
old lineman. This is the same thing we're going on in Seattle. This is the same thing.
Hold on, Jen, let me say this real quick, Jen. Let me say this real quick. 2017, if you know somebody goes head first into your knee, you're done. I don't know about you, but I seen my friend ACL, MCL, PCL, all the things in his knee get taken out in practice with one hit head to the knee. Secondly, the year against the Seahawks, watch the clip. Jadeveon Clowney went head first into him like he dropped off the top rope and
get out the way, Chris. Get out the way.
He was already on the ground. He was already laying on the ground. Jadeveon Clowney.
So let me ask you a question. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. How come Russell Wilson is about half his size, right? Carson Wentz about 6'5", 220, 230, 6'4", 6'5", 220, 230.
Close to 6.
Right? Russell Wilson, we've been talking about him not having a lot for how many years? How come he can stay healthy,
But here's the thing. I was just about to get into it. I was just about to get into that.
Okay.
This is where I'm getting at. When you're drafted as a mobile quarterback, there's a price you pay. Period.
That's right.
And Carson was paying that price. He was just going through that. Russell is at the end of that wave. Russell is trying to migrate away from being a mobile quarterback. He's trying to be more inside his pocket than he used to be.
But even when he was mobile, he was still getting out of bounds. Carson Wentz is taking unnecessary hits.
Because he was elite.
That's the problem.
He definitely took some unnecessary hits.
But he was elite. That's the difference.
So Carson Wentz, like you put him up on, Carson Wentz is not that dude.
But again, the Eagles, back to you, Chris. When did he get his knee blown out?
Against the Rams.
What year?
2017. The MVP.
When did he sign his contract?
2018, 2019.
That was so Nolan Boyd. That is again the Eagles' fault.
And then the year after he signed the contract, he did his job. The year after he signed the contract, he did his job.
No,
that's again the Eagles' fault.
I don't. Okay, so but you're not saying anything I don't disagree
back
with.
To my answer for this question: did this make the Colts better? No. Again, you can't go wrong. They won the trade, but we're getting lateral here as far as back to what you were saying. He's going to give you at least maybe about the same production as Phillip Rivers. But at the same time, we've seen time and time again Carson fail. What's going to change? He's not going to get any better overnight. He's supposed to be a pocket or a mobile quarterback. He's supposed to be a mobile quarterback, but we've seen what happens in those type of situations. I think Carson himself, he's going to be a journeyman at the end of the day. He's not going to be horrible, but he's
I bet the Colts have a better record than the Cardinals this year.
Huh?
February 22nd. I bet the Colts have a better record than the Cardinals this year.
We can do that.
Okay.
We can do that. What you want on it?
What you would tell me? Tell me.
Man, we can do that.
The Colts not my team. I'm going out on the limb.
But I'm gonna tell you. Huh?
Freddie, shut up. You the only bandwagon on the show. You're the only bandwagon on the show.
I've noticed where you've been looking on this camera ever since Carson Winston left. Young dude is
stressed out.
A piece of you.
You see what color I'm wearing today,
part of him
right?
died.
You see what color I'm wearing today, right? This is green.
Yeah, right now we're making that losing streak. You gonna let this,
this is green.
Let me
green. You look black.
Freddie.
Look like you're in the morning.
It's because my background. But the point being is, Freddie, you're the only person that.
What's that shirt wear?
Green.
What's that shirt wear?
Green.
I'm gonna put your
I wear green.
Hey, at the end of the day, Philadelphia lost the trade. I think the Colts are going to continue on with their team level, but I don't think they elevated too much from Phillip Rivers. I think we're going to see a totally new offense out of them because we will see Carson move around a little bit more than we did see Phillip.
Carson
and
mobile, but he's like Ben Roethlisberger
but
mobile.
that's the point
That-
I've been
like that-
making. He
but like-
came in the league as a mobile quarterback, got his
But
knee
define
out
mobile.
his second year.
Define. What we talking about? We talking about Cam Newton, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, like a whole
No.
bunch of quarterback run mobile.
No.
Talking about guys that can
Mobile-
just move around a little bit.
Mobile and I'm gonna run down your throat are two different things.
Okay, I'm just trying to see how y'all
Aaron Rodgers mobile. Aaron Rodgers mobile.
I'm trying to figure out how y'all think about it. That's all.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm saying like he said. I mean, Aaron Rodgers does a little bit more than Carson. I mean, Carson would love to do it what Aaron Rodgers at least does, but I
So
mean,
would Kyler Murray.
Carson was what'd you say?
I said so with Kyler Murray.
You joking, bro? I ain't even gonna play with you on that note. Hey, Kyler Murray left some cleats they still in the grass. They still over there looking for their cleats right now.
Listen, y'all love to say Carson Wentz has a doesn't this, doesn't that in the playoffs, but I mean, let his team to the door.
And you can't knock that. But after that knee blowout, he was not the same. He was rewarded after the knee blowout.
And then next year he followed up.
After the knee
I have to compare him with everybody's favorite quarterbacks because I could do it right now. Like his stats,
you can compare them.
Why are you going?
I'm saying Freddie.
He's gone. Let it go.
I can't move on because I don't know who my franchise QB is anymore. Don't tell me
yes, you do.
No, I don't.
They
said they about to draft the quarterback with number 6 pick.
You gonna go to the first game with 2 jerseys?
Well, I think the draft will tell the story.
I missed the Philadelphia soul.
If they don't draft the quarterback, then we know that they believe in Jalen Hurts. But if they draft a quarterback,
do you believe in Jalen Hurts?
I'm a Jalen Hurts fan. I don't have no.
Do you believe?
I believe in Jalen Hurts.
So why did you rock with him?
Because I don't believe in the organization to help him and put him in a position to succeed.
Man. You got a long several years ahead.
Listen, my Sixers number 1 in the East. It's the only thing I hang my head on right now. Not for long though. We're gonna talk about that later.
You better talk about the Flyers or something.
Oh yeah, they cooking too. But yeah, I don't want to talk about Wentz no more, man. We gotta go. We gotta move on.
All right, gentlemen. Jay, Kenny, message me after the show. We'll put some money together. We'll buy
Freddie, you're the only bandwagon on the show. Everybody on the show heard you say I only root from Aaron Rodgers. Just saying I'm a full-blown Green Bay Packers fan. No, I would never say I root for any other Eagles team.
I heard I'm a Giants fan, and then the other stuff.
Oh, so you didn't hear him say I only root for Aaron Rodgers? I'm not a Packers fan?
I'm a Giants fan.
Okay,
he said that for the first 4 weeks.
Let's clarify this for
up until Saquon Barkley got he got hurt. Then I never heard about the Giants again.
All right, let's move on to way
Sunday
too
ticket.
early.
That's AKA Sunday ticket.
Way too early. The defensive player of the year, Kenny. Give us your prediction for next year.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Way too early. The defensive player of the year for next year.
NFL.
Oh man, I'm gonna go with my guy Jalen Ramsey.
I love that.
Yeah, I think he's going to take that next step to being the shutdown corner, and I'm going to go with Jalen Ramsey. I think he's going to be that. That's my way too early pick.
I like that.
All right, I'm gonna answer this question. Our viewer said, "Joshua, state your team." All right, Joshua. They can say what they want to say. I'm tell you the truth, the real talk.
Whoever's on Sunday ticket, that's his.
Thank you.
I am a New. I root for the Green Bay Packers. I enjoy watching the New York Giants. Okay.
He still hasn't answered the question. He didn't say that was his team. Is that your team, sir?
I root for the Green Bay Packers because they're Aaron Rodgers, but I like watching the New York Giants.
So if the Giants are your team, would you like Rodgers so much that you're gonna rock with Rodgers wherever he goes? That's what I heard.
It's like what Chris Brown do for LeBron.
What? I'm a Sixers fan. What you mean? What I do for LeBron?
Don't sit here like you root for LeBron like he's like you.
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't.
Just because I say he's the GOAT, don't mean I root for him every time he plays on the court. Like, stop trying to throw me because you're the only bandwagon.
He wants some company. He wants some company on that wagon.
He does.
Give us a way too early defensive player of the year.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Next year, TJ Watt will win it.
Mm.
He was right there this year. I think the Steelers, like we've been talking about in the beginning of the show, the Steelers are going to struggle a lot next year. The defense is going to be on the field all year next year. I mean, all the year. Like, they're going to have a bad offense if Ben Roethlisberger retires. So I think TJ Watt, in return to that, is just going to have a crazy, crazy year.
All right, Chris.
Hold on, Freddie. You said you're a Giants fan. I'm just because I just need to double hear it. The back. You said you're a
Fans
Giants fan,
want
right?
to know.
I'm not saying nothing else because I see you recorded me. I'm not.
No, I'm not.
Paid.
Listen, you see my hands, right? Just answer the question.
I root for the Green Bay Packers with Giants.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Anyway,
Like we said, Sunday ticket.
yeah. So he said. So he just says he's a Giants fan. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. But for me, honestly, the same pick I had going into the season last year, I'm doubling down. Jamal Adams. In 12 games, he had 9.5 sacks at safety. He had 83 tackles. You know, he could have had a couple of picks. He dropped them, but he was injured most of the year. And in 12 games, 9.5 sacks from safety. Just imagine if he'd have played all 16. Next year, I think he's going to have a better year, fully healthy, OTAs, learning the system more. I'm like Jamal Adams, 10 sacks, 4 picks. I like nasty stats coming from him this year. Jay, no disrespect to your team. Not trying, say your team don't make the playoffs or nothing. I'm just saying that Jamal Adams is going to put up defensive player of the year type numbers.
You can take a shot at your team. It's your team today, bro.
I'm not taking no shots. Let me tell you why I'm taking shots. Because I put money on the. I put money on the card.
Because with a superior bird.
No, heck no. Y'all definitely not. The superior. Listen, out of any division, you're not even a superior bird. It's the Seahawks.
What? That don't even sound right coming out your mouth.
That's a fact. It's a fact. But no, on a serious note, I do got Jamal Adams. I really think he's gonna have a double-digit year of sacks from the safety position because they don't have no pass rushers. And like I said, he wasn't really healthy the entire year. He was battling injuries and fully healthy. Everybody talking about he plays in the box. He plays in the box. That's fine.
He plays where he wants to play.
He plays where he dominates where he's at.
Yeah,
so,
that's what good coaches do. You put your players where they, in the best position. Like if he's a good pass rusher, you play him as a pass rusher.
Exactly.
So they play him close to the line. Yeah, you play to your strengths.
Side note: I wanted to say Isaiah Simmons will have a breakout year because of that very.
Oh no, he will. He will. Don't get me wrong. He definitely will.
Because of that very reason.
Breakout year.
Because of that very reason, he can move around. He can play where the heck he wants, where he feels comfortable.
What you got, Red Zone?
All right, who I'm going with? I'm going with Aaron Donald. This dude this year showed us. What you got him?
I said, what you got, Red Zone?
Yeah, you funny. I'm going to Aaron Donald. I mean, you're talking about a dude that dictates an offensive line, a dude that can body you, that you have a coach that actually schemes for every game to see how we can stop this one man on the defensive line, where you have to double team his man, where you have to prevent him from getting you. If he gets a little bit close to your quarterback, no matter who your quarterback is, he's putting fear in that heart. So I'm going Aaron Donald again, and I believe that even though he had this monster year this past year, he'll have even better year because after what happened in the playoffs, dealing with his injury, but the injury he's dealing with, that he's going to get him in this offseason, putting in the work, taking care of his body, and next year should be a better year because of all the COVID situation as well. So,
real quick, Freddie, I just want to show the people something real quick, okay? Just hold on, Y'all see that, ladies and gentlemen? Y'all see that, ladies and gentlemen? Do y'all see that? Okay, that's all. That's all. Did I
just say that? Did I just say that?
Okay, you so you say. So you're a Packer. You like watching the Giants. That's what you're saying.
Okay, Chris, we're gonna have to. Hey, Chris Brown.
Okay,
we're gonna have to have like a this week in review. Week 1 of the new season of the new NFL season, and just go back to all the takes of him being a Packers fan and a Giants fan throughout the season.
Yeah, you got to drop you're gonna have to put a bunch of clips together. And
for all our viewers, shots fired. Chris Brown just shot the first shot. I'll shoot the last shot. You better believe that.
Listen, you will never hear me switch on my team, though. That's the thing.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. We'll see.
Okay. I bet my life on it.
All right. Don't say that, hey, Mr. Brown.
If just for technical purposes, he said, I root for and I like.
Yeah. The fans tried to get him to answer the question. He was over there tap dancing like Gregory Hines.
Boy, Jim Brown.
All right. Next topic. Is the NFL Hall of Fame a joke? I will say this. I don't like the fact that they try to judge you what you do off the field, your mindset, your personality. I think they need to stick to what you do on the field. You look at a T.O., who was a killer on the field, who put up numbers, who was just who's a Hall of Fame, who's Hall of Fame caliber wide receiver, but they're judging him because of his attitude, which I don't think is right. So I just don't like how the fact that they judge that, to be a Hall of Fame. So that's my opinion. Jay, what's your thoughts about that?
This is America. It's full of politics. What do we expect? Look at baseball. Some of the greatest ever to touch the sport are staring at the Hall of Fame, and they're not inside of it looking out of it. This is no different. It's politics, man. There's nothing we can do about it. Do I think it's a joke? No, because there's plenty of deserving players that are in there, right there where they're supposed to be. And, but of course, T.O., Pete Rose, and if I want to talk about baseball as well, Barry Bonds. I mean, there's a lot of people that we can pick out. And, what it is being rebellion. The more rebellion you are, the lesser you're going to make it to that center circle. It's like Meet the Fockers. You know what I'm saying? You got to be invited to that circle, man. And if you
circle of trust.
Yeah, if you're not pleasing them, you're not inside that circle of trust. So I don't think it's a joke because I don't want to take away from what the others have done, to get there, because there's a lot of deserving dudes in there.
For sure.
But I think that the committees are jokes. I think that these politics are jokes, period.
All right, Chris Brown.
Yeah, I definitely got to agree on what he said. The committees are jokes because, here's just a list of guys I thought off my head. Guys that I was more, fans of, but there's more guys. Sante Samuel, Chad Ochocinco, Fred Taylor, Zach Taylor, Reggie Wayne, Andre Johnson, Eddie George, Jared Allen. These are just a handful of guys that in their time frame dominated their position and dominated the NFL. I just want to know what the full criteria is because they cannot come out and say it should play in between the lines. Then why'd you make Ocho wait so long where you can throw it top regardless? Ocho Cinco's at top. Terrell Owens. Regardless of what you think, he's at least a top 4 wide receiver all the time. So don't tell me that don't tell me that it's what you did in between the lines. I'm not trying to hear that. They need to come out and say their criteria. And in my opinion, there needs to be former players or former coaches voting on who needs to get 10, not writers, not guys that haven't played the game. Because, you hear all this stuff about, T.O. is this, T.O. is that. In between the lines, T.O. is a beast. That's all that should matter.
But he didn't like none of them writers.
Okay, and he shouldn't. If all the writers
are... I'm not saying... I'm agreeing with you. He don't like none of them.
Because
he didn't like them writers to begin with. Why would they vote for him?
If the writers talk bad about you, you're supposed to smile and take it on the chin. But if you talk about you to dislike like a guy like Marshawn Lynch, if you look at his numbers, should one day get into the Hall of Fame. But I promise you, because he was saying he didn't want to talk to the media, he's probably not going to get in. Now, does he care? No. Does a guy like Ocho Cinco care? No. But they were the best at their position, or one of the best at their position in their time frame when they played this sport. They dominated when they played the sport. So if that's not the criteria to get into the Hall of Fame, then in my opinion, the Hall of Fame is a joke. Now, I'm not taking nothing away from the guys that got in because they deserved it. But there's guys that haven't got in that deserve it just as much, if not more. Put up better stats or the same stats that haven't got in it because of reasons outside of football. And there's guys that because they were so dominant, they got a longer rope. They were allowed to do certain things that nobody's going to bring up, but they're just as bad as worse than some of these other guys did that they haven't got in. So to me, it is all politics. It is all, for lack of better terms, kissing ass if you want to get in. I don't think it should be that. It should be, were you dominant in a game of football? In the NFL, did you do your job? Did you either one dominate, as an individual or help elevate your team? That should be the criteria, period. And that's how I feel about it.
Amen. Well, Kenny, do you feel the same way?
Oh yeah, I just think I agree with everybody. I just think it's a selective morality. I think that's the problem, is that they pick and choose what things they take a stand on in terms of what guys do.
Yes.
So, and because you got guys that are unfaithful to their wives, you got guys that are putting their hands on women, that what I'm saying. But because certain writers had in a relationship, and I agree. Somebody said, I can't remember who said it, but it was Chris that was talking about there needs to be writers and players. I think that's the biggest problem, is that the writers have too much power. They've given the writers too much power over this Hall of Fame, and they need to balance that out and put some former players in there, and even some executives as well. Executives, coaches, players. It can't just be just writers, because that's just not. It's not objective, I should say. It's more.
They haven't been in the mix as much as guys that were actually, executive, a coach, a GM.
You can't say as a writer, if you got blown, you're not telling me that's not going to affect your vote. If the guy's up for election, let's just say Marvin Harrison, and he wasn't a big talker, and he might have blew you off for an interview, you're not going to tell me that that's not going to cloud your judgment.
It showed that it has. It showed that it has with TL.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that way. So yeah, I don't think it's a joke. I just think they need to change the criteria.
I'm glad you brought up like Jared Allen, and because a lot of these guys have the same, like we've been saying, you guys, they got the same similar traits on the football field that these writers and these in the NFL at the time honestly didn't like. The showboat and the touchdown dances. This was during, a lot of these guys are during that era.
And now they love it though. Now they got into
right.
Cameron. That's why Ocho should get in. Ocho should get in just off that alone. Off that alone, Ocho should be getting in.
I mean,
a guy like Fred Taylor, who's been dominated in Jacksonville, who's the face of Jacksonville at their running back position, who when he retired had great running back numbers that compared to some of the guys that got in, you can't tell me his body of work isn't good enough. But just the celebrations alone, the celebrations alone, they need to be listen. They need to bring the gold jacket Ocho Cinco wore on the field, and he said we're gonna let you wear this because what he did they frowned it, but now they want it. Oh my god, they should be giving him roses right now every day. He needs to be getting a paycheck from the NFL every day. All the times they find him, they need to get that back.
We need more of that, man.
All right. Hey, we all agree on that. We all gave our input on that, so there's no need to stay on there longer as well. Let's move to the next one. What NFL team is one position away from a Super Bowl appearance, and what position? Kenny, let's go with this. What team do you think is a Super Bowl away and one position away?
I'm gonna go with my boys. The Dallas Cowboys are shut down. A playmaking secondary player, either a shutdown corner or a playmaking safety away from being a Super Bowl contender. Yeah, I think that's that's the one thing.
You're not wrong at the position they need though. I said that all last year. A playmaking.
If we had a playmaking corner shutdown, the Deion Sanders from the heyday, that type of player, then we'd be a Super Bowl contender.
Kenny, I hate to break your heart. The Cowboys, no matter what position you get.
See, that's exactly what you said. We can't understand what you're saying because nobody wants to hear that.
Never.
That's why you break it up. Nobody wants to hear that.
The Cowboys will never be a Super Bowl contender. Not in this era. But I'm going to the San Francisco 49ers. They are a quarterback away from winning the Super Bowl.
Aaron Rodgers?
Hey, Aaron Rodgers. Hey, come on.
Hey, don't come over here, Freddie. No, I'm telling you, if Aaron Rodgers come over here, you better trade players.
Hey, if Aaron Rodgers
Oh, it'll be a
you better be afraid, Jay.
What?
If Aaron Rodgers goes to the 49ers, you better be afraid.
We ain't never scared. Anybody get it, and especially in our own division. And if you with San Francisco, you've been whipping San Francisco for years. So don't go over there.
You'll be a top 3 team in that division.
Don't go over there. I'm telling you. Stay put.
Yeah, you want to stay put because you afraid.
No, it's best for you in them extra years you trying to get out of this NFL career you got.
All right, Chris Brown.
For me, honestly, it's the Ravens and getting a wide receiver. You know, everybody wants to talk about Lamar Jackson's arm, but you haven't given him any weapons to actually, you know, give him a chance. Like, you can't say this player can't do something when he hasn't given the full ability to actually try to do it. I think if you get him some real playmaking weapons, I mean, you guys, I said Juju, you got Kenny Golladay, you got AB, you got Chris Godwin, and there's so many more wide receivers I haven't even named that are available right now that you can get. To me, I truly think when I look at the Ravens offense, you know what they're going to do running the game, with the running game. You know they got good tight ends. You give them a true X, a true number 1 wide receiver. I feel like they can make that run.
All right, Joey.
I kind of notioned this a couple weeks back. Buffalo Bills, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, they are a running back away. You give them a star running back that can catch out the backfield, that can carry the ball 30 times, 35, 40 times a game if they need them to. And the Buffalo is winning the Super Bowl.
We talked about that last week.
Brandon Herrera, you're spot on, buddy.
It's over.
I love this comment right here.
Yo, 100%. Oh, Joshua, yeah, 100%. Whoever said the owner, Cowboys is a decent owner way. Spot on. Both of y'all. Joshua.
On a serious note, are you being sarcastic or you really think Jerry Jones?
No, I'm dead serious. Like,
okay. Because I know Cowboys fans that are 50-50.
No,
Can I say this about Cowboys?
Go ahead.
I don't understand because I get you guys be on the Cowboys, but because Jerry Jones does make horrible. He had made some horrible decisions lately.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the coaching, man. And half of that was
Jerry personnel. It's the personnel. Yeah. We've always been top heavy. We've always been top heavy, and that's because you got the owner, that's the GM, that doesn't do the work. He only signs names. He doesn't do the work. And I've been on record, talking to one of my buddies that's a Cowboys fan. If Dak walks, I'm out. That's the last straw for me. I'm dead serious. If he lets Dak walk, I'm out. I might go with you, Jay, and be a Cardinals fan. I'll just start, or I'll be like Freddie.
Oh, I'm recording this. You caught it on camera, sir.
Wait, you say you'd be like Freddie and be what?
I'll be like Freddie and just, root for the Sunday ticket, whoever's playing on Sunday, and Red Zone channel. So you can start calling me Sunday ticket and Red Zone channel because you could put it on the record. If Jerry Jones lets Dak Prescott walk, I am done being a Cowboys fan.
Why can I not see this? Where you?
Hey, was it that? I knew I had. I knew.
I tried to tell you, man.
So what you gonna do when the playoffs start, huh? We
man. Yeah, it's clear. I'm riding with him as two. Like I said, I've been a Cowboys fan since Danny White was playing quarterback and punting on 4th down. That's how far back I go, to the 80s. Tony Dorsett, Randy White, Ed Too Tall Jones.
You must have loved the 90s then, huh?
Of course. I was in high school then. So was like
because I remember, my team, they won Super Bowl. They won. I was in high school. I lived up that 1 year.
Oh, I bet you did.
And that's
it's going on 30 years, man.
So you were
it's 30. It's going on 30. I think it was 95 was the last. Was the last championship. So it's going on 30 years. Like at some point, when do you start realizing that you're the problem?
When Freddie understands what team he wants to root for.
We've been trying to tell you Dallas fans that for a
long
time.
I'm a real Dallas fan. I'm realistic. I don't,
he jumped teams
Freddie
a jumper. I showed you.
When you
real quick, this is a message to Chris Brown.
Oh, disrespectful for you to say something like that.
It's not disrespectful if that's what your words. Your words. You went from a
You
Giants.
have fun tonight.
Green Bay
Thursday,
Giants.
I'm coming for you. But you know what's wrong with the Cowboys? You know, Chris was almost right. You know, he said the coach. He said top heavy. It is the coach. But guess whose fault it is? It's Jerry Jones. He don't know what he want to be. He don't know if he want to be the owner, the GM, the coach. He don't know what he want
He's
to be.
on radio shows. He's on radio weekly.
How's my
He's
turn?
doing too much.
Now
But
listen.
again, when they were in the 90s, when they were doing a thing, who they have at the pilot?
Jimmy Johnson.
But he wanted to shine.
So if they had, and when Bill Parcells was there, they were starting to get the personnel
Starting to get it right. Yep.
They need someone that can pilot that Jerry trusts. And the problem is he invested too much time into what's his name? What was the
Yeah, his stepson.
Yeah, so and he invested too much, but he didn't trust him.
That's not true, Jerry.
Why not?
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you the truth.
I'm gonna be real with you. When they was winning, guess what? Jerry Jones wanted the credit. Jimmy Johnson was getting too much credit
because he was doing it.
Exactly.
As he should have, because you put your
who's the last who don't get the credit? Jerry Jones. You know what the problem with the Cowboys is? Fans like me. It's fans all around the world that support.
I'm gonna let you finish, and then I'm gonna light you up.
Money in Jerry Jones' pocket. The fans that fill the playpen, that $1 billion arena. The fans that watch them every Sunday.
You don't put no money in no team's pocket because you don't have a team.
So hold on. So what, you not supposed to root for the team you grew up watching?
Right.
No, Chris, you are. I guarantee if you Cowboys fans stop putting money in Jerry Jones' hands, just he'll change that team around.
He won. We just got done talking about the NFL.
All that TV, the fans' money got nothing to do with the TV money. Has nothing to do with the sponsorship revenue. Has nothing to do with the apparel money and all that other ancillary income that they get. That has nothing to do with it. You're not giving no money to nobody because you don't have no team.
They still made money this year, and they wasn't full capacity.
Yeah, Jerry Jones funds his team with his other business ventures. That ain't what it's about.
He don't care about winning?
No, we was talking about.
No, he wants to get credit for winning. That's why he hasn't fired himself as GM.
It's about the pride, bro. He's trying to run his life.
Yeah, he wants to prove that he can win a championship as the GM. That's the whole problem.
You see the problem, Freddie? You don't know where Jerry Jones be kicking it. It be him and Robert Kraft. Like, that's the problem. That's who he's looking. He's sitting next to. He ain't worried about these other.
But if he actually listened to Robert Kraft, he would see that Robert Kraft gets out of the way.
He took a step back for real.
Make the decisions.
But look,
you got your hands
what Robert Kraft had again, guys. Bill Belichick.
That's true.
We can trust him.
But you don't act like there's been head coaches that came in there that had the same level. He got rid of them.
Who?
Right, Parcells.
But Parcells
went on the three out of four. Three out of four. There was no reason to get rid of Jimmy Johnson.
But Jimmy Johnson already won. We already decided what happened with Jimmy Johnson.
Right. He
should never got rid of him.
No, he shouldn't have. But after that, he was looking for another Jimmy Johnson. Once he realized
he wasn't looking for another Jimmy Johnson. He was looking for somebody that he could control. That's why
he was looking for Jason Garrett.
So long.
And that's why I like Mike McCarthy, because that's what he's another lame duck coach.
Exactly.
Like this.
Exactly.
We'll see, man. I just think
Jay, the Cowboys are who they are. Okay, do you remember the quote the great Maya Angelou said? When someone shows you who they are, believe them. This is who the Cowboys is.
And who you are is a flip flopper. You have shown us that you're a flip flopper, and we believe.
Listen, we shown it. The viewers saw the screenshot. I never switched up on my team. Everybody see me say Andy Reid, how life's doing. They didn't see me.
You too, so Joe, you keep going.
Please tell me when I switched up on my team.
I got that screenshot of you.
I'm calling you Dominic Dawes.
All right, Joe, we need to get back to our time running out, man. We already got to the NBA time.
Oh yeah, we definitely got to get to that.
Oh man. What team should sign Cam Newton? I'm gonna go with this first. Man, I think it's the Washington football team. You talking about Ron Rivera as the coach over there?
Oh yeah,
You
we
talking
might.
about we talk about the greatest coaches and quarterback combos. We always talk about Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll. We always talk about Tom Brady and Belichick. We talk about Big Ben and Mike Tomlin. We always talk about the quarterback and the coach combo. But man, let's not forget what Cam Newton and Ron Rivera was able to accomplish in Carolina. They went to a Super Bowl. If Cam would have, fell on the ball, they would have been the Super Bowl champions today. But I think Ron Rivera will get the best out of Cam. I think he'll get the most that's left out of him as well. So I would not be surprised if he's end up on the Washington football team, which a lot of people expected it was going to happen this past year, but it didn't happen. We'll go with Chris on this one.
Well, Washington was a good pick. That's one of the teams actually I've written down. But since you said that, I said the Pittsburgh Steelers. When I look at for me, these are the teams. I said the Patriots as well, but I want him to go to a team that has some dogs. Another year in the Patriots system, I think he'll get the job done. But they had no weapons at all. I really you can't expect a quarterback to do so much with zero weapons. They didn't have a lot of talent over there. Philly should. I mean, to be honest, in my opinion, I'd rather get a veteran QB in there than a young QB, somebody that's going to help mentor Hurts. But for me, I think
not Cam.
Cam's not at the stage to mentor. I think he play right now and has a chance to win. So the two teams for me are Washington and Pittsburgh. I think he goes to Pittsburgh. You get another running back. And you have weapons around him. I think he'll put up a good. Then I might take back they not making the playoffs. With Big Ben, they definitely not make it. You get Cam in there, the thing's gonna be bright over there in Pittsburgh.
All right, Kenny.
I think I'm going to surprise y'all with this one.
Mm-hmm.
The San Francisco 49ers.
You ain't surprised me. I got them written down too. I like that.
Because Shanahan is a great schemer of offense. He loves to use the running game. You can use Cam as a runner, that sprint option, that spread offense. I think that could be a nice landing spot for Cam, and he can really flourish and get back to his Carolina days.
And they have weapons that
they could go over the top, and Cam, he struggles with accuracy, but he could still throw the deep ball.
He can throw the deep ball. You got Kittle, you got you got Debo, you got offensive line and a running game. Now that I like that right there.
We're tearing him up if he come out here.
I mean, y'all gotta make the playoffs first. Don't say you know what I'm saying
Don't make me start. You're
on the rise.
I'm just saying
we had three players on the defensive line injured at the end of the year.
Major starters. I have 14 different star lines and 16 games in the NFL.
We finished in two different spots in the world, though.
You're right.
We finished in two.
You know we got in common though. Both of us was at home chilling when the playoffs started.
But my whole team, my injured list is coming back, and we got better. We're gonna get better. When they went down, we had people step up that became full-time starters from this day on. So,
did y'all make the? But I mean, you talk about my team. Did y'all make the playoffs?
Cowboys fans are delusional. Go ahead.
Yeah. See.
Go ahead.
What?
I love it. The
Cowboys fans are delusional.
I love it. Oh, that's funny.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. It said like NFC East talk, y'all.
Yeah, continue.
All right, let's go ahead and do the ranking.
So my pick, Freddie, my pick. No, I pretty much I wrote a top 5. Y'all picked 3 of them already out of it. I had Denver else in there, but
I like
Chicago.
That. I like that one too. Okay.
I say Chicago because look, when I look at it like this: where can he go and have a chance to be competitive and win that division? Washington, that NFC East is down
wide open. It's wide open.
That's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of movement going on.
Not wide open. Okay.
Wide open.
And then we got. I look at Denver. There's no chance. No chance for them to win the AFC West. Period. And then they ain't beating Kansas City. A quarterback is not. A quarterback is not going to change that. And then, I look at Chicago, and Chicago was not far off last year. With
For sure.
as many,
Right.
yeah, Chicago was not that far off last year. As many times as they were changing in and out of the middle of games and different, all they need is one quarterback to go out there. Even if he's not doing the greatest, he's going to do better than that stuff. The receivers the timing for the receivers are going to be the same. You know what I'm saying? The cadence is going to be the same. We're not going to have all these ups and down issues. So I think Chicago is a good pick both for Cam and the organization.
All right, you guys, let's do this 30 seconds because time is catching up on us. We're going to do a rank them. We'll start with Chris, then we'll go with Jay, then we'll go with Kenny. All right, let's rank them. We have Lawrence Taylor, then we'll have Marshall Falk, and we also have
You mean LaDainian
You mean
Tomlinson?
LaDainian Tomlinson?
Yeah. And then
Yo,
right, Chris,
you don't watch football. You don't watch
you
football.
can tell I thought it was LT, bro.
How you gonna rank? How you gonna rank a pass rusher with two running backs?
I was trying to figure out where he was going.
Hey,
anyway,
he thought that was a giant joke.
Yeah, don't give him no rope. But for me, though, I got AP. I'll be quick. AP number one. You did that to yourself. AP number one. Marshall Falk number two, and LT number three, and it's all close for me. LT and Marshall, are similar running backs that can do both. I think AP, honestly, I'm not going to say a class of his own, but he's true a top 5 running back. Marshall, LT, to me, you look at guys like Alvin Kamara, you look at guys like Christian McCaffrey. They were doing that back then. Phenomenal running backs. My 2 and 3 could go either way, but my AP is number 1 for me.
You passed 30 seconds, by the way. All right, Jay.
I don't care.
I'm gonna go pretty similar, but I'm gonna go AP, LT, Falk. And the reason being, I think that AP is by far in a league of his own by running, man. He reminded me of the old school, the Dorsets and the Browns and the OJ Simpsons, and he played smash mouth football. He brought that back. And LT, I think, was a little bit better of a downhill runner than Marshall Falk. Marshall Falk was a little bit more fancy. He looked like a ballroom dancer when he was out there messing around people. So that's my pick.
All right. Thank you for following the rules, unlike somebody else.
You said Lawrence Taylor with 2 running backs. You really have no room to talk right now.
Kenny.
Okay. So y'all to me, y'all are bugging, not making Marshall Falk number 1. He was the most complete back. This guy had 100 catches in the season. So in terms of running and catching the ball, there's nobody in his class in those 3. To me, it's Falk, it's LT, then it's AP because AP was one-dimensional.
Okay.
He had bad hands. He still has bad hands. He did not catch the ball out of the backfield. He's not the complete back that LT and Marshall Falk is. So I got Falk, LT, and AP.
But AP could do it without a line.
I see what you're saying. That you like complete backs.
I like
which isn't wrong.
Marshall Falk is the most complete back out of the 3.
So is Derrick Henry not the best running back in the NFL right now? Just quick question.
He is. Yeah. Well, and he's starting to catch the ball out the backfield.
Oh, I was going to touch on that.
Christian McCaffrey, best all-around running back.
He's number 3.
Who?
Derrick Henry's number 3.
Okay.
Christian McCaffrey.
We have to deal with that one next week.
Yeah, next week. No, next week. Next week we're going to talk. No, Thursday we're going to talk about that. Yeah. Whenever. Go ahead, Freddie.
All right, to our viewers, our wonderful viewers that tune in to watch me to give the hottest takes on Real Talk. You guys know I'm more invited. Me, Chris Brown wants to be me.
Why would I want to be you?
Just
you thought we had 3
more hot air than hot takes. But go ahead.
Why would I want to be a guy that said this than this?
I think the real guy's not a part of a network. He might not want to put his face on our screen,
Okay, what about this then?
Let's go take a quick commercial, and then we'll get right into the NBA.
Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us, from all of us here at the ASAP Network.
All right. So we got NBA hot takes. I want to go first because I got a message to send. This is not a hot take. This is just me. Somebody calling using this platform to call this certain player out. And the player I'm calling out is LeBron James. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. You know, this guy wanted to be called the GOAT. He wanted to be the conversation with Michael Jordan. But LeBron, after that mess you showed the other night, you're not even in the conversation with Kobe Bean Bryant. Passing the ball to Alex Caruso to take the last shot of the game. Setting the ball up the play before that, Wesley Matthews shooting through without you touching the ball. LeBron, if you want to be that man, if you want to be the GOAT, in the fourth quarter, you need to step up. I don't care what you do the first 3 quarters. I want to see that fourth quarter come when we need to score a bucket. I want to see your hands to the ball. I don't want to see you passing the ball. I want to see you attacking that rim, hitting the fadeaway, hitting that 3. Show us why you're the king. I believe in you, LeBron, but the pressure's on now. AD's not there now. You need to step it up and show us why we call you King James. Jay, give us a hot take for the NBA.
Before I even begin, please never, ever, ever,
Ever do that again.
Ever
do that
put
again.
Kobe Bryant on second step. Ever.
That was my fault. I'm sorry.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry.
Go
I
make
was absolutely wrong for that.
It's called
Put him on
NBA
a
hot
second
takes.
bubble.
It's called NBA hot takes, not
That
NBA,
gave
not
my
Freddie.
hot
Hey,
take.
no, I respect his rant. I respect his rant because I called him out last week. I asked him where this was at. I told him what was mine, that they was gonna fall out of the top 5. Where they at right now? Number 4. Anyways, I look. My hot take is my sons, man. I'm telling you.
They hooping right now. I got the game on.
I'm telling you, by the end of the All-Star break, we might be in number 2. We might be in number 2. And you might still be calling LeBron and asking him to get up off his desk or his bench and get into the game and play right. And y'all might be number 4. So I'm calling a switcheroozy in the West, the Western Conference standings. I'm talking about us going to 2, y'all going to 4 before we end this All-Star break.
You like that, don't you? Chris Rock, give us the hot take.
No, listen, I picked the Suns to be a top 5 seed this year, and they balling right now against the Blazers. But my hot take is that I'm gonna talk about the MVP real quick. There's a guy that I feel like he's getting disrespected right now, and that's James Harden. I truly believe James Harden's name needs to be brought up in this MVP conversation. I like. First of all, he just swept. I'm gonna say it twice.
Ran through the West.
Just ran through the Pacific Division. And let me listen. Against Sacramento, 29, 14, and 13. Against Phoenix, 38, 11, and 7. Against the Lakers, 23 and 11. Against the Clippers, 37, 11, and 7.
And without KD.
Listen,
beat the Lakers without KD.
They beat the whole Pacific.
We're talking about James Harden. We're not talking about the Nets.
Okay, hold on.
Yes, I'm sorry. Continue, sir.
I think he's leading the league in assists right now. Everybody was questioning how would they fit, and I said back in December. When December, January, before this trade even happened, what's going to happen? James Harden is going to have the ball in his hands, making everybody around him better. Joe Harris is knocked down 3-point shooter right now. Jeff Green was doing his thing. He came in there and said, listen, I'm going to get y'all open. KD can get 30 points and 12 shots. That's how efficient of a scorer he is. Kyrie's going to get his. He's one of the most talented, gifted guys with the ball in his hand. James Harden is that playmaker. He came in there. They have the best record.
That's how he was holding his head when
they were losing. So I was like,
that's right. Yeah, that's exactly how
they
he
have the best record against teams above 500. That means all the good teams are quote unquote contenders. They're beating, even with Kyrie might not be in the lineup, even with KD might not be in the lineup. James Harden coming over there to that team, he's dominating. With KD in and out the lineup, I respected KD name in the MVP conversation at the beginning of the year, but right now James Harden name needs to be edging over KD. His name needs to be in the talks for MVP, especially if he continues to lead the league in assists, especially if he's averaging 25, 8, and 13. His name needs – I'm not saying he'll win the MVP. I'm saying his name needs to be in the conversation.
Yeah, I don't get what this takes this dude comes up with, but Kenny,
Everybody in here said, "Yeah, you're right," except for you. So I'm thinking
Because
about your mindset right
I've
now.
been saying this
he's
for the past
mad
3 or
because
4
the
weeks.
Nets smacked his Lakers this
Like,
weekend. That's
it don't
Have I
make
why
no
not been
he's
sense.
saying
mad.
it? Just give him a second.
Kenny,
He's
you know,
mad.
This is what
you
I
know,
say. Just give him a second. He's heating up. Just give him a second. He's heating up.
We all knew it, but if it's not
Yeah.
about his Lakers, right? He's like, okay,
You
he's
know, he's
trying.
worried. We already established last week that he's concerned about the Nets. He doesn't have a
concerned.
third. He doesn't have a third wheel. He doesn't have that third superstar to match up with the
That's
Nets.
the
It's
problem.
not
And
even
now
a
then they took
superstar.
an
It's just a
L,
third
even
guy.
without Kate even playing. They still took an L. He's concerned. Just
Kenny,
say it, man. You're concerned.
what you just said was blasphemy, okay? That's what you just said. You know what his phone just did? That's why I'm doing
It was all the blasphemy. My stuff fainted.
yeah, that's what it was. All right, Kenny, go. Do his hot take.
Oh yeah, easy. It's time for Glenn Taylor to sell the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Think
That's my hot take. Like
KG,
that
let's
is
go.
the ultimate dysfunctional franchise. Like he's taken over for James Dolan as the worst owner in the NBA, and that's a hard title to take because James Dolan held that title for years. And I know as a Knicks fan, even though I got a Brooklyn hoodie on,
Yeah.
we already talked about that. That's Spanish, so
Hey, we'll
don't
get to that.
do it.
We'll get to that. We'll get to
Won't
that.
do
I
it.
know you
Anyway,
KG, let's go, KG. Buy this team down.
Anyway, exactly. KG need to get an investment group together, and it's time for Adam Silver to go ahead and just explore the opportunities for. It's time for Glenn Taylor to sell the Timberwolves. It's a great city, and it's a shame that franchise is so dysfunctional.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gentlemen, let's get to a topic that I have a feeling that's about to get heated on all type of ways, from top to bottom, side to side, all around us on this show. But hey, you guys know in real talk, we don't run. We don't run from nothing. We debate. You know, we get heated. Who is the best team in the Eastern Conference? Yeah, I want to start. Well, I can go with Kenny #1, but I already know where he go. I want to go with Chris Brown. I'm curious to see what Chris Brown have to say. Then I'm going to Kenny.
The best team in the East, right now,
right now,
is Brooklyn. It's Brooklyn. It is what it is. I watch every single game, every single second, my Philadelphia 76ers. And here's my problem, in which Brooklyn would never have this problem. Against the Raptors, the Sixers just went 7 minutes and 30 seconds without scoring a field goal. That's a huge concern for me. Every single game, they go at least 3 or 4 minutes without scoring a field goal. That's a problem. Over 7 minutes without a field goal, that just turned me off about my Sixers. And when I look at Brooklyn, they're not going 3 minutes without scoring, let alone 7. So I think both teams are going to make upgrades to their roster. Then I think that's when we're going to be able to address it, because I look at my Sixers, they have no bench. They need more shooting. It's concerns over there in Philadelphia. When I look at Brooklyn right now, they're hitting their cylinders on all strides. They're on a 6-game winning streak. Philadelphia is losing and losing and losing. Now, in a couple weeks, Philadelphia might be able to pick back up, because if you asked me this 2 weeks ago, it was the Sixers. But the Sixers went on the decline. The Nets keep building. So right now, for me, the Nets are the best team in the East. I mean, like I said, they ran through the Pacific Division, the best division in basketball without KD, all NBA, top 3 player in the NBA. They ran through that. My Sixers got a lot of problems right now that they need to address. Right now, the best team in the East is Brooklyn.
I was a little Kenny nigga. I want to go with Jay. Jay, tell me something. Who's the best team in the East?
You didn't want to come over here. I've been telling you since before this trade was completed. I told you before the season started that Kyrie and KD together were going to be a problem. Mm-hmm. I told you when this trade went down that it was about to hit the fan. See, the thing that you don't want to put together, there's a thing that's called being a baller. You can play in the NBA. Mm-hmm. That's fine.
Hooper.
You could play basketball. That's fine.
Levels to
but
it.
Are you a baller? Do you dig in when it's time to dig in? Can you put the extra clamps? You know that Hall of Fame badge in 2K21? That little purple thing? You put the clamps on them when it's time to put the clamps on them. That's what we need to see. And that's what New Jersey, Brooklyn had, bro. You got 3 bona fide
Studs.
Ballers. When you in the off season, when you see these
I can
pickup
get a
games
bucket
getting
at
heated,
any time.
you know what I'm saying?
That's why I talked about Philly going 7 minutes without scoring. Brooklyn will never have that problem when you got 3 out of the top 8 best ISO guys in the game. Don't get it twisted. I'm never switching up on my team. You see how good this cup is, by the way. You see the year too. I'm never switching up, but right now they got too many concerns for me to say that they're the best team in the East. In the playoff times, things gonna be different. But right now, it's not looking good.
When you look around the NBA and you look at teams, man, and you can see the teams. You can point at them like, oh, that they got some ballers, and you can see it happening. Look at Milwaukee. Drew Holiday, I don't care nobody says. Drew Holiday is a bona fide baller. He ain't got to pop out to everybody else. He is a bona fide baller. And you're seeing that. Like, that's why the Suns, I said this in the beginning of the season, and you looked at me crazy when I said it.
I didn't.
I said the Suns are going to be top 5, possibly top 4 this year. I don't care what nobody says. Chris Paul is a bona fide baller. And
great
you
leader.
Up with another bona fide baller.
That's right.
Devin Booker. So that's what happens. That's what you're seeing here, Freddie. That's what you're seeing. And honestly, I don't know if Anthony Davis has that in him. And I said this.
I'm not having on this conversation.
And I said this
because we only talking about the East. Jay, why you bringing up the West?
I'm not.
Why you bringing up the West?
That was.
We talking about the Eastern Conference, Jay.
But I love it. That's where we are going at with him.
I love it, Jay.
Brooklyn is by far not just the best team in the East. They're the best team in the NBA right now.
I love it. Kenny, go ahead and go. I love this.
Come on, man. Do we really have to ask? Like, come on. Now, I do want to say this, though. Back when the whole rumors was going on with James Harden potentially being traded to the Nets, I was on Twitter going back and forth with an ESPN personality. I'm not going to say his name. But he was saying that there's no way that they'll sacrifice and be able to share the ball, those 3 guys.
He doesn't know basketball. He don't know basketball.
I promise you, I was trying to go through his timeline to find that tweet so I could retweet it as tweets that didn't age well.
It disintegrated.
Yeah.
Everybody that doesn't know the game of basketball.
Yeah, it's, y'all said it already. It's 3 guys that at any time they could get their own shot. Because what happens is that with a 24-second shot clock, the ball moves to side 2 times. I mean, like your guy said, Chris, AI, he said, once y'all pass it over to that side and they come back to me, then that means they want to shoot it.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, so like once it comes back and then you rotate and the defense moves, you got a one-on-one situation with 3 guys. You can't double. So what are you going to do? So it's just a matter of numbers. So the Brooklyn Nets are the best team in the East. The only X factor is health. Kyrie hasn't been able to stay healthy. KD is now struggling with injuries right now. So that's going to be the X factor, whether or not they can stay healthy. If they stay healthy, they're the best team in the East. There's no question about it. Yeah, there's no question about it.
The best players exploit the worst moments of the defensive players. And when the balls swing, it's a natural thing that you catch players out of place on defense.
That's right. You got to close out, and then you can't close hard because all 3 of them can go by you. You cannot close soft because they will pull up in your face.
And I'm going to double. Who you going to double?
Poison.
Who you going to double?
Say it again. Joe Harris is such an important piece of this team.
Sniper, yes.
He's making his glue.
I'm gonna give you another guy. TLC is another guy that can shoot that
I like him, Philly guy. I like him. And then listen, I like Andre Robinson and I like Iman
Shumpert. That's a good pick. Yeah,
I like him and Iman Shumpert.
And that answers Freddie's question about defense. They don't put no defense.
And Bruce Brown, who I said in November.
That's
Bruce Brown has been putting up some
DeAndre Jordan on the baseline.
4 blocks in this game.
And that's the thing, though. Those two,
And
Iman
don't let
Shumpert and
Andre
Robertson.
Drummond. Don't let Andre Drummond
Oh,
wind up in Brooklyn.
it's a wrap.
Lord,
It's still, hold on. It's still dog food for Embiid, but that's still going to be a good. You know what I'm saying? Embiid's still
yeah, one-on-one.
but
you got two guys that you can
Embiid
throw
should
at
take
him.
care of all
You
these
got
dudes.
he gonna
DeAndre
kill him, boy.
and potentially Drummond to throw at him, so
He
they
gonna
can
kill
wear
him.
him down.
He gonna
And
kill
we
him.
know Embiid has been having issues.
That's true.
with So
No, not stamina this year is injury. Stamina, he's good this year. If I watch stamina,
he
is
laid off the burner.
Yeah, his stamina, he's good this year. It's that back after LeBron pushed him all crazy.
Hey, but at the end of the day, man, it
Yeah,
comes
look at
down
your
to.
man.
I mean, it's cool. We could do this because we having an intelligent basketball conversation. Right now.
Yeah, it's over his head. We talking high level basketball.
Y'all done blabbing now. Y'all done blabbing.
Who's the best? Who's the best team in the East, Freddie?
Listen, all y'all done.
Who's the best team in the East?
Let's give him a chance to lie. Go ahead. Go ahead and lie.
That's the Philadelphia 76ers. Chris, the brother of love need to call you out. You need to take up your team. You need to let them know.
There you go with the loud. Hit the loud. Not making no sense. Go ahead.
The Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets are, you know what? By the end of the season, y'all going to be like this. They're going to be gone. They're going to be trash and tossed out. You know why? Because you have that three of them guys, like I told y'all last week, it's like a man, you buy a brand new car. And then you put some miles on it, eventually it's going to break down. Right now, everything is good. Everything's good. Everything looks pretty.
Lakers already broke down, but go ahead.
No, the Lakers not broke down. We won the championship. Y'all trying to get where we at.
Go ahead, Freddie, because you talking about time. Go ahead.
Y'all trying to get where we at. So, yeah, we not broke down. Actually, y'all broke down. You talking about y'all beat the Lakers. Yeah. You know, you say without KD, yeah, without Anthony Davis and Dennis Schroeder as well, too. So you that, by the way.
Freddie, try to convince me that my Sixers are the best team in the East. I really want to hear it.
Who is the best team? You haven't said. Is that what you're saying?
He's saying the Sixers.
Okay,
I'm listening.
That nobody on that Brooklyn Nets can guard. Tell me who's going to guard Joel Embiid. Nobody. Tell me who's guard.
But we're talking about right now. We're not talking about at the end of the season. We're talking about February 22nd. Like that. No, I got to talk about this because every time we talk about things right now.
He said nobody can guard Joel. Let him go.
Okay, I feel you, Freddie. But no, I got to. Freddie, we went 7 minutes without scoring. Every game we go at least 4 minutes without scoring. That is a problem.
Let me at least hear.
And the game slows down.
That's how we just lost. So what? That's how we just lost.
If y'all played against them right now, Christian, they would not be scoring because it's y'all defense.
We're talking about February 22nd, Freddie. I'm not talking about the playoffs. I'm talking about February 22nd.
Who is putting the clamps
right now?
Wait. Let me ask you a question. Who from the Sixers is putting the clamps on KD, Kyrie, and Harden? Answer that question for me, please.
You muted, friend. And let me answer it. You got Ben Simmons, all-world defender. You got Matisse Thybulle, all-world defender. Danny Green, he's a good defender, but he's going to be the one getting cooked. Matisse and Ben, they're going to hold their own. But
Ben Simmons is going to hold down KD?
I'm not saying he's going to. He's going to hold his own. There's a difference between getting cooked. I said they're going to hold their own.
No, that's fair.
Danny Green is going to struggle on Kyrie, on James Harden. It is what it is. Bradley Beal dropped 50. Freddie, nobody can hear you.
Kenny, who's going to guard Joel Embiid?
DeAndre Jordan.
I got a question.
Oh, stop it.
Why are we talking about the future when the question was right now who's the best team in the East? That's the question.
Right now.
Through the first 30-some games, which team has been playing the best in the East?
76ers. They've been healthy. They've been more healthy than the Nets and everything. We had health problems. I don't know what you're watching about my team.
Look, it's not a far-fetched answer.
The Sixers are right there. Don't get me wrong.
That's the hate in him. He just don't want to admit the truth.
He don't.
But Brooklyn is the best team in the
East. Listen, Brooklyn is here, and the Philadelphia is
right here. We said this. There's levels to this.
You ever seen a match?
Yo, we got to move on because listen, Freddie. If a Sixers fan is telling you my team has problems, there's nothing you can tell me because you don't watch every single game. You didn't watch last game, but in the fourth quarter, you went 7 minutes without scoring. That is a problem. It's a huge problem.
Let's get to the next topic. We all going to disagree. Let's go to top 5 power rankings NBA teams right now.
Go ahead. I'll get mine out the way so y'all going to argue about that. You ready?
Yeah.
Number 1, I got Brooklyn. They swept the whole Pacific division, and most of the Pacific is in the top 5. They just beat.
Hell no.
We're talking about February 20. See, this. Let me tell you what a power ranking is. We're talking about in the season right now, week 10. Which teams have been playing the best? They're on a 6-game winning streak. They're again at the Clippers, who are the best 3-point shooter team. It's a great offensive team. They play well again. They beat the Clippers without KD. So right now, number 1, I got Brooklyn. Number 2, I got the Clippers right now. Right now, they're clicking on all cylinders. Number 3, I got the Jazz. Number 4, I got the Sixers. Number 5, I got Lakers. Those are my top 5. Brooklyn, Clippers, Jazz, Sixers, Lakers.
Kenny, go ahead and go.
Actually, no, I'm gonna throw you a bone. I'm gonna, because you're defending champ, I'll still give you Lakers the one. I give it to you. I'm gonna give you, I'm feeling generous, so I'm gonna give you that one. Brooklyn number 2. I'm still gonna go with Milwaukee. I think they have it. I think they may not be finished in terms of making moves at the 3. Clippers 4, and number 5. Oh man, I'll go Philly 5.
How y'all doing y'all power rankings? I'm going off right and not. I'm going about through how they played from week 1 to week 10.
Yeah, I'm doing mine a little different.
Okay, that's how I was just wondering because
I'm doing mine a little different. I'm going off of
like who can win the chip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
See, I just wanted to understand. Some people do theirs. Mine's is from week 1 to
I
week 10.
understand. I totally understand.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's mine. Go ahead, Jay.
Who mine?
Yeah. And which list are you doing? You doing
I'm doing updated power rankings.
Okay.
Right now I got Brooklyn.
Uh-huh.
I got Utah.
Mm-hmm.
I got Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
Suns. Clippers.
My top 5 is number 1, I got the Utah Jazz. Number 2, I got the Clippers. Number 3, I got Brooklyn. Number 4, I got the Lakers. And number 5, I gotta go with Denver. Denver.
Time out. Let me.
No, not Denver.
None of y'all put the Suns in the mix.
I'm going to change it.
Denver in here?
Honestly,
he's the only one that put Denver in there.
I'm changing the Phoenix number 5. I was about to say that before you said that, by the way.
Okay, because that is just ridiculous. Y'all, man.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I probably did miss. Phoenix. So I'll give you that.
Jay, you know how I feel about Phoenix.
I'm a guard guy, so I love
Josh. Now he's a true Lakers fan. Freddie, I'm not trying to hear Freddie. We short on time. He a true Lakers fan.
Gosh, yeah, that's the only team we know.
That's the only team. Jay, you know how I feel about the Suns. So they just run. They're literally at number 6 right now.
There.
Josh, I'm gonna show you something. Big like Chris Sage. Let's go to the next topic. There's a report that DeMarcus Cousins should be released a few days from now. That Houston actually guaranteed his, the full contract, but now they're trying to let him go because they have Christian Woods over there, want to create more playing times for him. So what team should pick up Boogie Cousins? Me personally, I think it's 2 teams out there should be 3 teams should pick him up out there. The Clippers. The Clippers could use him with DeMarcus Cousins. The Lakers could use him because AD is going down. And the Brooklyn Nets could use them as well. Add more depth in that center position as well. So those 3 teams are the teams that I should be expecting to go out there at DeMarcus Cousins. Kenny, who do you think should be going after Boogie Cousins?
Yeah, I'm with you in terms of the Nets. They could use another big because the young guy, I think his name is Perry. Reggie Perry, I think is his name. I think he's a developmental guy. He's not quite ready to for prime time, for lack of a better term.
Playoff time.
Yeah. So I think Boogie would be a great look in Brooklyn.
All right, cool. Yo, Jay, where should Boogie go?
I think we need one more piece, man. I've been saying it all year. In the start of this year, we need a power forward, and I think moving DeAndre Ayton over to power forward, letting Boogie come down low, that gives us strength to roll against these other big squads or these big, heavy scorers in the playoffs. So I think that we really need that piece. I would rather him over Blake Griffin or Andre Drummond or anybody else that's coming open in that position. So I think Cousins, we need to go after him.
All right, Chris.
I like the move. Just I don't like moving 8 into the 4. I say keep Boogie on the bench and be that backup guy. But
That's
for
it.
me, honestly, the 3 teams I like that haven't been said: the Hornets, the Heat, and the Warriors.
Or the Heat would be a good look. I like that.
I like him in the
I like
Heat.
that Warriors.
You said the Lakers. I like that. For me, I think the Bucks. Like you can play Bobby Portis at the 4, Boogie at the 5. I think the Warriors, they need some depth at that big man position, especially, and they need extra scoring. And I'm not going to lie, I truly think he's not the guy. I'd rather Andre Drummond on the Hornets, but I think the Hornets are right there to be an established playoff team. And I think Boogie giving them consistent scoring off the bench that has question marks, I think that'd be a good move. But I want
By the
he can play.
By the way, shout out to my uncle Rod Strickland who gave DeMarcus Cousins his nickname Boogie.
Rod's a problem. Every true hoop fan know he was a problem.
Right. Woo.
All right, gentlemen. Let's move on down the list. We're running out of time a little bit. Let's go ahead and do the All-Star voting of flawed. We had a situation where Luka got the first team starting position in the All-Star game, where Damian Lillard is having an amazing season, an MVP type season, by the way, as well, which he did not get. We all agree that he does not get the credit like he deserves.
Absolutely.
So what did you guys? What is it a fraud? I'm Chris Brown.
Yes, everybody knows. Well, if y'all don't know, I think it's a flaw. I think it needs to be All-Star. I think it needs to be based on more individual status. Like the All-Star for me is who are the best players at their position. Who are the guys that are really cooking right now? I'm not trying to see a guy just because his team is first in the West. He's averaging 13 points. Like no offense, I love Kyle Korver. He's literally on this cup. I love Kyle Korver. No reason he should have been in an All-Star game years ago. He wasn't one of the best at his position. For me, it should be the guys that are doing the best at their position, no matter what the record is. So Bradley Beal, he should have been in there. Guys like Zach LaVine, he needs to be in there because you can't tell me 4 or 5 better shooting guards than Zach LaVine. You really cannot do it. So for me, it should be the guys who are the best at their position, the guys who are cooking right now. And so, yeah, the All-Star voting is flawed. And by the way, fan voting needs to be 1%. I'm tired of seeing bums getting voted in. No, because most of the fan, there's no reason in the world why Luka should be starting over Dame, but there's no reason in the world guys like Taco Fall should be getting.
He ain't top living now. Luka
listen,
play.
He can't. No. He definitely can. But I'm saying Dame should be starting. Not only is he having just as good, if not better, season, but his team is better. So both accolades is over. Also, there's no reason Taco Fall should be getting hundreds of thousands of votes. No reason guys that don't play should be getting.
Caruso.
Thank you. Guys like Zaza Pachulia one time to get fan voting should have been starting. I'm tired of seeing that. Most of the fans, to be honest with you, they have no idea what's going on. They all watch the Warriors or the Lakers or the Celtics, or they don't know nothing outside of that. Or they looking to see the hottest name. So fan voting should be 1%. Player and coaching voting needs to be at least 55, 60%. Immediate cat arrest.
Yeah. Kenny, do you agree?
Yeah, I think that's a little harsh.
It was harsh.
Yeah,
maybe
because the game is for the fans, so you got to give them a little. You got to give them a little more love. I say maybe 25,
no more than
35%, something like that. And then in terms of the other mixture, I like that with the writers, the coaches, and the players. So yeah, I think the players actually should have a say so in the voting.
Me too.
Because
they know the truth.
Right. And you're voting, for your peers, and that's going to, show. So I think if you get that type of mixture, that'll make it a little more fair. But to have it all fans is kind of tough because, like you said, sometimes these fans just it's kind of almost like this whole situation we just had with the presidential election, where you got fans stuffing ballots and things like that. Because honestly, I can remember really quick story. When I was playing, we went up to Boston to watch him play. He's playing for the Blazers at the time, And I promise you, we probably filled out about 50 ballots that day at that game. You know,
I did it for Tobias.
It's
I
totally
did
a
it for
fact.
Tobias.
It's totally a fact about stuffing ballots. So I agree. I would just tick it up a little more, maybe 25, 35% for the fans. But
I was harsh. I'll admit I was harsh.
All right, Jay.
All-star voting is just a game. It's for the fans. I think it's 50% fans, 25%
The
coaches,
incentives, though,
25%.
people get checks off the All-Star.
Are you getting a check?
No, the
Are
players.
you getting the check?
But I don't care. I want the
No,
players
no,
that
no, no.
deserve
You
it to
can't,
get
but
I don't
listen,
care about the game if the right player's not in it. I'm not watching it
but
regardless.
it's not for me and you. It's not for the real fan. We don't care about the All-Star game.
Well, I enjoy watching it.
I enjoy watching it, but I'm saying
I enjoy watching the
if
players.
a guy is supposed if a guy like Zach Lamine is dominating, say it's in the incentives that he makes the All-Star game, he's going to get paid extra amount more dollars. He doesn't get in because a fan is voting for guys like Taco Fall, guys like LaMelo Ball. Like that's why
I get that part. That's why I said 50, 25, 25. 50% fans, 25 coaching, 25 players. Because at the end of the day, me and you are not caring who wins. We're not caring about the game. We're gonna enjoy watching the best compete and run up and down the court. But it's for honestly these games, the Pro Bowl, the All-Star, all that stuff. This is for the rinky-dink fan. This is for the fan that comes around and watches.
The
casuals.
Yeah, this is for them. This is for them two-man competitions, and that's for these fans that want to walk past the TV and that was dope or that was cool. This ain't for us.
That's true,
and it can't always be. So 50,
I feel you.
25, 25.
I feel you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I just listen. You know what I'm saying, I said my piece.
I agree. I understand the
it can't be 100% fans. They gotta drop it down a little bit.
I get that they're losing out on money. It does come to a point where you're like, dang, because I was astonished when Luka started over Dame, especially after they should have just gifted Dame that for the bubble. That should have been a bubble gift.
Thank you.
Your nominee was bubble wrap. We gonna deliver to you that in a bubble wrap.
You.
You know what I'm saying?
Me personally, I wish the NBA do this. You gave LeBron and then KD the team captains. I wish they had both go on TNT and let them pick their team.
That'd be dope too.
Take the fans, take everything away from it, and say, okay, LeBron, okay, KD, pick your roster, pick your team.
Take the vote away completely and just let them pick their team.
Let them pick
How do you pick LeBron and KD then?
Yeah. So.
No. Okay. So make it the two most popular votes. Those are the only ones that get to vote on. The captains. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Let them go for the captains, and then the captains pick their team.
Then you can see the GM and LeBron and the GM and KD.
Yeah.
You can build that best team.
And then they also be making enemies based on who they slight.
Yeah.
Man, let the coaches pick. We going that far.
Nah, man. I want to see. Who want to see? You want to see?
That would be fun. That would be some drama there.
Yeah, you want to see
imagine letting the coaches pick. Imagine. What's his name in LA, and Nash over in Brooklyn.
Doc. Sorry. The number one seed in the East is coaching the All-Star game.
Oh yeah, and it's Utah, right? And Quinn Snyder.
I think it's Quinn and Doc. It's Quinn and Doc.
Okay.
But now you can't have coaches both, bro. You can't do that. No, that's not going to happen.
It's the same. Then we had the same thing as with the writers, because
exactly. Doc will literally draft Ben, Joel, Tobias, and Quinn Snyder is going to have Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert should be an All-Star. Then he's going to have Donovan should be, but not Rudy.
Jay, everybody going to want to see if LeBron's going to draft Kyrie, stuff like that. Hey, KD going to draft them Steph. I mean, Westbrook, like that. Everybody going to see that.
I mean, at the end of the day, it does come back to the soap opera dramas, and why I say it's not.
It comes back to casuals. You said it first. It comes back to casuals because casuals care. Is LeBron going to draft Kyrie? Is LeBron?
I don't care about him.
I don't care about him drafting somebody in the
Hey,
All-Star.
Kyrie don't care if LeBron drafted him.
But guess
He
what?
wants to go at him.
The media
Exactly. That's what I want to see.
The media is going to strive off of that. That's going to make storylines. That's all NBA, NFL cares about is storylines.
Man, make Luka and Dame play 1-on-1 and 21.
That's
who starts.
Not even. I missed the horse. I missed the horse contest.
Man,
imagine the horse contest with Dame and all them guys shoot from half court every single shot.
Yeah, I want to see if they're going to actually expand the because these guys are shooting from 30 and 35 feet. If they, like maybe do like a 4-point shot or something like that in a 3-point contest, because Dame be pulling from deep. KD,
everybody keeps talking about Steph, but it's really Dame that really pull from
deep. They call him Logo
Dame.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, look like we done ran out of time for tonight.
Hey, real quick before we get out of here, I can't believe we're about to do a whole show and not talk real quick about Anthony Edwards stuffing the whole Happy Meal.
He did stuff him. He did stuff him.
And got
that
up
was
laughing.
nasty.
The whole
laughing.
That was nasty.
I had to make it. I had at least bring that up. We can't end the week without speaking.
That was ill.
Oh man.
Hey, they're just greatness. As a rookie, is the #1 pick, and he's showing off his value. Let's do it like how we don't always do it. Our ranked at the 1 through 3, like we did in football. We're gonna start it with basketball. #1, we got ISO Joe. Yeah, #2 got Mitch Richmond, and #3 we got Steve Smith. Let's go with Kenny. Then we go with Chris. Then we go with.
Oh man, that's hard.
I bring the 1 through 3s. I make them impossible even for myself.
That's hard. You said Mitch, Steve, and ISO Joe?
Yes,
sir.
I'm going Mitch 1.
Uh-huh.
I'm going Steve 2 and ISO Joe 3.
People don't know about Steve.
Because Steve was a 1 and a 2. I like versatility. So Steve came in the league as a point guard. He wanted to be Magic. So I'm gonna go Smitty. And he had one move that you knew was coming and you couldn't
stop it. The half spin. And I do it, and it's just as slow.
So that's what I'm. That's my list. That's hard, but that's my list.
All right, Chris.
My list, I definitely got Money Mitch at #1. I think everybody should Money Mitch was a problem. I got Joe too because Joe was still he kind of was in that point guard role too.
Yeah,
he was still he was a bucket. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge Steve Smith fan, but Joe was just a bigger, stronger, a little bit more athletic version of Steve Smith, and he probably had more and longer individual success than Steve Smith did. But career-wise, Steve got the chip. But for me, I got ISO Joe #2, and I got Steve Smith #3. And if y'all don't know Steve Smith, please look up the highlights. He was a problem.
Just YouTube.
He was a problem.
All right, Jay.
Yeah, same man. Money Mitch was Money Mitch, and then ISO is crazy because his name ISO came at the end of his career, and he did start out hooping as a point guard, and then kind of gradually became the 2, and then next thing you know, he was running the 3, and then all of a sudden he in Utah at the 4. So Joe
was at Miami at the 5 at one point.
We watched him, playing a 5. We watched him evolve throughout his career and adapt, going from Atlanta to ISO was ridiculous. But Steve Smith, again, this group of 1 through 3 was no slouch involved. Steve Smith was a beast as well. Like you said, he had one move, he'd give it to you, and if somehow you stayed in front of him, he'd pull up and hit the jumper on you too. So it didn't matter. All 3 of them, man.
All right. Hey, we was mentioning about Anthony Edwards. I had to show you guys this. Thought this was pretty funny.
That's me when I dunk on you,
Edwards. Hey, that is hilarious.
Chris, whenever you ready to, if I'm flying out to you, I'll beat you. I'll beat you in 1-on-1. One horse, it don't matter. I got it.
Play Real Talk 21.
We play Real Talk 21. I'm who's beating me? First of all, I'm the youngest and I'm in my athletic prime.
Exactly.
What am I in?
We're playing to 11. I could hang.
You're 5'5".
I'm not 5'5". I'm 5'9".
You're not tall as okay. You're not
I
tall.
don't care about
That's
how,
easy
how,
posted.
how
You're not even
tall
6
I
foot.
am, how tall you are,
You're not
how
6
old
foot.
you are, how
Freddie,
old
I'm
I
6'2".
am. I'm faster than every one of
Yeah,
y'all.
me too.
I got a better jumper than everyone that ain't seen your jumper, and I'm going to the hole on whoever's in
To
front
be
of
honest,
me.
listen. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm putting you under the basket, Chase.
That's all I'm saying.
Hey,
Listen,
don't do that.
That's all I'm going to say.
I'm
My
pushing you
max
out there,
bench
too.
is 375 and my max squat is 565. You're not
What's
taking
your
the goal without getting put down.
What's your 40?
What's my
You gonna
40?
need that.
Fast.
You gonna need that
Quick.
speed.
Quick.
What's your shuffle time?
Quick. Oh, quick. Quick. Basketball, football, track. I played it all. Quick.
Hey,
You ain't quick.
gonna have to get it, Chris.
Freddie, you're 5'5", 280.
I'm
You're the worst athlete here.
5'9", by the way.
You're the worst athlete here.
Hey, Freddie, I'm gonna call you on my defensive line team. I'm calling you on my offensive line
Right,
team.
exactly.
I might even put you on the block to get my rebound.
Next time I ever come to
All
Philadelphia,
Whopper team.
Freddie's my holder. Freddie's
All
going to be the
Whopper.
holder for the kicker.
He's all Big Mac team.
I don't like the Big Mac. I did a quarter pounder.
Hey, I need me a quarter pounder right now. While y'all talking.
All right, Jordan, my man, it's a wonderful time doing the show with you guys here at Real Talk. I'm on the ASAP Network. Hey, you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook. Did I forget anything, Chris? I think I got everything. Even TikTok now. So yeah, just hey, hit us up, search us up. We got Sports Corner actually going on right now. So hey, this is the Real Talk crew. You guys have a good night, and we'll catch you guys Thursday.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making the plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the diamond.